Mark Twain once said, the two most important days in your life are number one, the day you're born, and number two, the day you find out why. I'm here today and every day, forever, to humbly help you find your career passion. I'm also here for my students to also help you find your career purpose. And you won't find another business teacher on the planet who cares as much as I do or works as hard as I do to ensure that my students are successful. And I want to nurture and help my students find their ambition or get their ambition back. And I will walk through walls to help you take your career to the next level. And I promise you that I care just as much about your opportunity for unlimited success as you do. And I want to help you live your life on your own terms. Now, have you ever wanted to know how people create true financial freedom? And if so, how long have you been thinking about doing something like this? And if you could change one thing in your career or business, what would it be? And lastly, if you had access to my MBA degree program, where would you be 1 year from now? And so welcome to our 9th annual 1-year gold and platinum MBA degree program. Now, this MBA program is 6 pillars or 6 steps to get you from underperforming to a top earner, boosting all aspects of your career, your company, or startup if you want to launch a company. Now, please stick around until the end of today's live webcast, as I have 2 special gifts for everybody on this call. Also, one person on this call will get a 100% free scholarship to my gold MBA degree program by answering a question on YouTube chat. And I'll ask the question soon, and the first one to answer correctly wins this scholarship. This will be fun. Now, today we're going to discuss the following 3 topics. Topic number 1 is I will talk about our 9th annual Gold and Platinum Haroun MBA degree program that starts this May 6th. And positions are limited. And you can learn more about the Gold and Platinum MBA degree program that starts on May 6th by going to day1notoneday.com. And the Gold and Platinum positions are on sale today, and positions are limited. And of course, feel free to reach out to the thousands of students that have taken my MBA degree program. And we've got a global network of students that love helping each other. Our culture is fantastic. Now, the second topic is I will quickly discuss frequently asked questions about the MBA program. And then the last part of the agenda today, meaning the third topic, is I'm going to answer your questions that you type in YouTube chat, and I'll open up Zoom after the third topic in case you want to ask me questions using Zoom. And before we do the Q&A, I will tell everybody in this call how to get the 2 free gifts today. Now, this is a practical and not a theoretical MBA program. And so I teach based on my work experience too. And not everybody knows me on this call. So I thought what I would do is quickly talk about my bio and why I teach. So I'm from Canada originally, but I now live in the San Francisco Bay Area with my wife, Christine, and my 3 sons. They're a bit older now, and my oldest son, Andrew, is going to 3rd year at university at Berkeley here. And in terms of my experience, I have 30 years of experience in business. And I graduated with a Bachelor of Commerce degree from McGill University. Then I worked for 4 years as a programmer at consulting firm Accenture. Then what I did was I got my MBA in finance from Columbia University. And when I graduated, my friends from Columbia and Harvard Business School that I worked with were really frustrated that they didn't learn the most important business concepts in business school. And this is why I created this MBA degree program. And so after I graduated from Columbia with an MBA in finance, I worked at Goldman Sachs in New York City. Then what I did was I worked at the top hedge fund in the world called Citadel. They hired me and moved my family here to the San Francisco Bay Area, where I invested in technology stocks. Then what I did was I started a hedge fund and a venture capital firm where I had a pre-IPO investment in my fund in Facebook, Palantir, and other companies. But something was missing because when I had my annual reviews at all the companies I worked for, it was a really uncomfortable moment for my bosses. They would always start my annual performance review with, "Chris, you're exceeding expectations humbly. You're a top performer and you're a great teammate and you're fun to work with. But can you spend a little bit less time mentoring people in other departments of the firm?" And I got awards for this, for doing this humbly. And my answer was always respectfully no, because you can't expect to realize your dreams in life without first helping other people's dreams come true. And it always gives me a lot of satisfaction helping people with their careers. Now, I love venture capital as I got to sit on many boards and I started many companies and I humbly did well. But I found that my true passion was teaching and helping my students also take their careers to the next level. And I want to help you pursue or find your passion. Now, when I worked in the venture capital industry, I taught at a bunch of Bay Area MBA programs, and I humbly won Professor of the Year from one of the schools I taught at. And I want to help you find your passion too. And during the weekends, what I would do is I would volunteer with charities in East Palo Alto here in the San Francisco Bay Area, where the high school graduation rate in East Palo Alto is only 40%. And so many of these poor students have deadbeat fathers, and I love mentoring and helping them as well. Now, the genesis or idea for this gold and platinum MBA degree program came from my charitable teaching in East Palo Alto, as you can see in that picture right there. Now, I created a one-day course for those students called an entire MBA in one day years ago. Then what I did was I threw up a camera at home as I wanted to record it and help other people all over the world. And I called the 8-hour online course an entire MBA in one course. And I'm humbled to say that course alone has sold 500,000 copies. And I never did it for the money. And I really do believe, and I always preach this to my students, that if you chase money, you lose your money and your dreams. But if you chase your dreams and you're willing to fail a bunch of times and not care what people think of you, then eventually something beautiful happens. Your dreams come true and the money follows accidentally. It always does with the top entrepreneurs. Now, I even taught the course, an entire MBA one course in Rwanda last summer at the school we built with one of my platinum MBA students using the profits from my gold and platinum MBA programs. And this school, as you can see, is done. It's got solar on the roof and high-speed internet. And I'm really excited to say that per this image here, we just secured 10 acres of land in Kenya, about 6 hours away from the Nairobi airport. And what we're doing is we're starting to build our second school with another platinum student of mine named Myron Koros. And the school is going to be named in honor of her mother, and it's going to be called the Leah Koros Memorial School for Girls. Now, your tuition helps to build these schools, and my goal is to build 1,000 schools in Africa using the proceeds from my MBA degree program. And so this is my purpose, and let me help you find yours. Now let's move on to topic 1 of 3. And what I'll do is I'll talk about our 9th annual gold and platinum Haroun MBA degree program that starts this May 6th. Now, the value you're going to get from this one-year MBA degree program is unbelievable. And if you don't think that you're getting at least a 10 times return on your investment in the first 30 days, then I will issue you a full refund. Let me say that again. If you don't think you're getting at least a 10 times return on investment in the first 30 days, I will issue you a full refund. And we have a 30-day 100% money-back guarantee as well. Now, here are some of the comments from graduates of my MBA program from previous open house webcasts. So I've got students from all over the world that wrote comments. I'm sure some of them are writing comments right now. I never filter anything. And thousands of students of mine have graduated from my MBA degree program. And many say that the return on investment is immediate. And there's easily a 10 times return on investment. And many of my students from all over the world have gotten significant raises, promotions. They've launched companies. They've changed careers. They've raised millions of dollars for companies that they've started based on the content taught in the Gold and Platinum MBA degree programs. Now, as I mentioned, there's a 30-day, 100% money-back guarantee. And so I want you to think of this program as incredible business, personal development, investing, coaching, and much, much more, plus an MBA. And the program will provide you with financial freedom by materially helping you to increase your net worth in the long run so you can live your life on your own terms. Now, I'm going to give you 3 things today to help you enhance your career and net worth. And I'm going to teach today how to save more, make more, and protect your money. And we're going to do an exercise together soon. Now, we've had many students from top MBA degree programs that have taken my Gold or Platinum MBA program. And they say that they learned much more in 30 days of my MBA program than they did in their MBA program at a top 10 school where it costs like 50 to 100 times more than my program. And I love to teach with props, as many of you know. This is fake money in here, but 100 grand. That's what a traditional MBA degree costs you. And you got to take 2 years out of your life, travel, and go to school in an old bricks and mortar school here. Okay. Now, this MBA degree program is for anyone that wants to learn how to make more money, or start a company, or learn how to invest, or even learn how to use every skill possible to take your career to the next level. And the program includes everything, and there are no prerequisites to register. And no prior business or finance or programming experience or any experience is required. And I also add countless hours of new electives every single year that you will get for free forever, and you will have lifetime access to everything. And so your 9-to-5 job might give you a comfortable life, but maybe you have no plan in place to create financial freedom. Now, in this MBA program, you will get on the right path to achieving financial freedom within 6 to 12 months, the right path, and I'll help you get there. And my company, Haroun Education Ventures, has helped well over 1 million people learn how to invest or start companies in order to create financial freedom so they can leave their 9-to-5s or eventually retire early. Now, that might sound crazy, but I'm going to prove to you that financial freedom is not as hard as you might think. But first of all, let's set the record straight on what financial freedom actually means. Let me ask you this. Are you prepared financially if you lose your job? Could you survive for the next year if you didn't make a single dollar all year? And when you retire, can you comfortably live for 20 years or much more without generating another dime of income? If not, and I say this with love in my heart, if not, then you're not financially free. But again, it's not that hard to get there if you just follow what I'll share with you in this MBA degree program. Now, the true definition of financial freedom is that you have enough money to support yourself for the rest of your life and leave some behind for your loved ones. That's true financial freedom. And that is precisely what I want to help you with in terms of getting on the right path to financial freedom within the next 6 to 12 months. You see, after managing over $1 billion in assets and retiring from Wall Street, I've devoted my life to teaching anybody how to become financially free. And I've taught well over 1 million people in every single country about building wealth. And I've been humbly featured in Forbes magazine, lectured at many MBA schools, including Stanford, on acquiring capital, and sold a lot of courses online. And now for the first time, I'm going to guarantee you this. I will give you a custom plan that, if followed, will help your journey to retire early with enough money in the bank to support you for 20 years or more. Now, obviously, you have to follow the plan. And I always say this with love in my heart to my students. I can take you to the water, but I can't force you to drink. I promise you, if you follow what I teach in my program, you will be able to become incredibly wealthy in the long run. And I've got a couple exercises to prove that to you later on today. This is fun. All right, so obviously you have to follow the path. But this plan will really assist you with getting your financial freedom if you just follow it. And in a minute, we're going to do a really fun exercise together that will amaze you on how small changes in your spending habits can save you literally millions of dollars, literally in the long run. I'll prove it to you in a minute. And I don't blame you if you're skeptical about how this plan can actually help you. But just take a moment to look at our track record. We've helped over 1 million people learn how to create financial freedom in order to be on the path to leave their 9-to-5s early to pursue a life of freedom and financial independence. This is not a get-rich-quick program. Okay, it takes a while, but I promise you the methodologies that I teach will work, and I'll prove it to you again in an exercise we're going to do together shortly. Here's a couple of examples of students of mine that have done incredibly well. One of my students in my MBA program raised over $11 million for a startup, and others have significantly increased their net worth or successfully changed careers, gotten raises, promotions, etc. No gimmicks. No risky new business opportunities that require a ton of money to start. And definitely no trying to squeeze in too many hours of weekly coursework between your job and your duties at home. Now, there's nothing to lose if you sign up because there's a 30-day 100% money-back guarantee. So obviously, we have no incentive to sell you on anything if we don't believe that it'll 100% work for you. And by the end of the MBA degree program that starts on May 6th and ends in April of next year, you will have achieved the following. Number one, you will learn how to materially increase your net worth in the long run by saving, making, and protecting your capital, and by understanding professional portfolio management methodologies from scratch. And this is really important because we need to think like professional money managers do when building our net worth, given the time value of money. So how are we going to learn this together? Let me get one of my mini props in here. Well, you're going to be provided with many arrows or tools, arrows in your quiver, so to speak, meaning templates, to help you manage your personal portfolio with stocks, options, and so much more. And what I do, and let me just put down this prop here. What I do is I provide you with countless easy-to-use templates in this comprehensive MBA program, including a 100-step investment framework template to analyze any company from scratch, including all qualitative, quantitative, and financial topics to help you materially increase the chances of making money in the long run. Now, I don't believe in day trading. I'm a long-term investor, and my methodology works. But in the past year, I want to fill you up to date on this too, but in the past year, I also added many comprehensive elective courses on how to use AI products to do thorough investment research and so much more. Now, this is the most up-to-date MBA program on the market. And this fall, what I'm doing, I'm excited about this, is I'm adding a comprehensive real estate course to my MBA program. And as always, anyone that has or will purchase my MBA program gets all my future electives for free. I was just down in Florida last week recording the course. I'm buying another investment property down there. I'm going to show you how to buy a place, right, with not as much money down as you think, and how to instantly ensure that the monthly rent is going to more than cover, that you're charging Airbnb customers, okay, is going to more than cover your mortgage. But I'll talk about that in more detail this fall when I release that course to y'all. Okay. Now, all future electives you get for free as well. I'm adding tons every single year. So what I'm doing in this program is I'm humbly bringing my finance experience to you from my work experience at Goldman Sachs, also at the top hedge funds where I worked, and the venture capital sector where I had a pre-IPO investment in Facebook in my company. And I really want to help you think and understand how professional investors do. Now, the second thing you're going to learn in this MBA program is you will enjoy and understand accounting and finance, and you'll learn how to read financial statements like a good book. And you'll also learn how to create and forecast financial statements from scratch. And no prior accounting or finance experience is required. Why is this an important skill to learn? because finance and accounting is the language of business, and we need to thoroughly understand how it all works in order to raise money for our business and grow our companies as well. Now, in the MBA program, you will receive many accounting and financial templates, and you'll learn how to really enjoy the process as I teach accounting and finance in a new and different way. I love to use a lot of props as well. This is for when I teach you the balance sheet. That's Boba Fett. That's James Bond over there. Okay. All right. Also, in this MBA program, there's no theory. There's no theory at all, as we do case studies on real-life situations, real-life companies, including Disney's acquisition of Marvel, Microsoft's M&A strategy, Facebook IPO, which I participated in, and so much more. Again, there's no theory ever. You're also going to learn how global economics works. And I'm going to teach you about fiscal and monetary policy in an innovative way as well. You're supposed to go this way here. Okay, I'm the nutty professor here. But we're going to have fun and laugh at me, please, always, not with me. But I'll teach you monetary policy, fiscal policy, all this stuff from scratch, and basically how the world works from a finance perspective. And this is all taught based on my extensive experience in finance and the many companies I've started or invested in all over the world, and the companies where I sat on boards when I worked in venture capital. Now, the curriculum contents are also based on my extensive experience at Goldman and at the top hedge funds in the world. Now, the third thing you're going to learn is how to get more interviews, how to get more business partners or mentors by learning how to network on steroids, because I really do believe that your network is your net worth. Now, in terms of why should we learn networking? So you can sell more, change careers, get a new job, find more business partners, or meet with mentors in order to jumpstart your career or business. And did you know that every time you see a job opening online, you literally have a 1 in 250 chance of getting that job? So who gets that job? Well, it's usually the person who knows people in a company. So I'm going to teach you how to network so you can get the job or customers of your dreams. This methodology works, I promise you. In fact, if you're in the Platinum MBA program, I will personally help you write your LinkedIn profile. I'll write it myself, no one on my staff, just me. And regardless of whether you're in the Platinum or Gold program, I'm going to teach you how to sell. I'm going to teach you what to say in meetings and how to be thought of as a thought leader so you can build the brand of you. Now, I have my own column in Forbes magazine, and McGraw-Hill is publishing my book this May called Financial Essentials for Managers. So I'm also going to teach you how to take your writing and communication skills to the next level. You'll also learn how to use social media products, how to create articles, books, videos, video editing, and much, much more. Now, I've given a TEDx talk and keynotes all over the world, and I'm going to teach you how to present with passion and how to really enjoy the process. And I want you to give an epic delivery, and I'll teach you how to do this. I'm going to teach you how to give an experience, not a presentation. And as Maya Angelou once said, people might not remember what you said, but they'll never forget the way you made them feel. Now, the fourth thing that you're going to learn is how to build or scale your business. Now, in the third of 4 semesters in this 1-year MBA degree program, we have a venture capital bootcamp. And I'm going to teach you how to write a rock solid business plan, because failing to plan is planning to fail. And we need to thoroughly prepare and anticipate roadblocks and issues in our current or new business before they occur, which will ultimately help us to make more and save more. And every battle is won before it's been fought. Now, you're also going to learn how to create a pitch deck and raise money. And you'll learn how to use consulting frameworks that top consulting firms like McKinsey, Bain, and BCG use when analyzing companies. I've had graduates from my MBA program that have gotten jobs at McKinsey and BCG, not Bain yet. Yeah. And I got rejected by those 2 companies too. You're also going to learn how to manage people and how to delegate using many of the templates provided in this curriculum. And everything I give you is to help you work smarter, not harder. And everything is based on my humble experience as I've started many companies, and I've raised and managed over $1 billion in my career. And you're going to be part of a global network of like-minded students from all over the world who are eager to help each other reach their full potential. And we even have in-person graduation and networking events for gold and platinum students and alumni as well. Now, the fifth thing that you're going to learn in this MBA program is technology skills, including many optional electives that cover Python from scratch, even if you never coded before. I teach you everything about Excel and AI. So again, you will learn how to program from scratch using Python if you want to take the Python elective. And you'll also learn how to use every single feature of Microsoft Excel, including how to program in Excel as an elective. And we added a lot of brand new AI training as well in the electives that I continue to make for my MBA students at no additional cost. Now, when I teach you how to program, I use a lot of props as well, and I make it easy and fun to learn. And I truly enjoy this stuff as well. I also help you to visualize the process from an object-oriented perspective when programming. Again, these are all electives. Side note, when you meet me at our networking and graduation events, you're going to find out I'm a really small man in real life. My dad humor is awful, as many of you know. That's okay, you got a money back guarantee. But years ago, on day one, when I launched this MBA program, I promised my students that if new technologies are created that I humbly think can help your career, then I will work around the clock to teach these new technologies to you. Now, just in the past year, I've added many technology and AI electives to the curriculum, and I'm going to continue to do so at no additional cost, again, as you have lifetime access to the MBA and the electives. Now, when I think about my kids, Andrew, Matthew, and Dylan, they're older now, of course, but when they're my age, or maybe in a decade or so, their jobs haven't been invented yet. And the way they communicate with their friends has not been invented yet. And I mention this because as new technologies are created, or new social media platforms, etc., if I think they can help your career, I'm going to work day and night to make sure I add it to the curriculum to help you. And what I do, online teaching, this didn't exist like 10 or 15 years ago. It's unbelievable. Yeah, the world's a small place. All right. Even if you don't want to be a full-time developer, you do need to understand AI and technology from scratch, which you can learn in the many optional electives in the course. And again, I'm going to teach you how to use AI so we can work smarter and not harder and accomplish so much more without the need for hiring employees. And this is crucial as technology because AI is quickly disrupting the way business is conducted. And we have to embrace this quickly in order to remain competitive. Yes, you will learn how to program and use AI from scratch in the optional electives, even if you don't have any technology experience. Now, before I went to business school, what I did was I spent 4 years as a developer when I worked at Accenture, which some people call Accidenture. Please note, the technology course, I have to stress this, they're all electives, meaning they're optional to take as part of this comprehensive MBA program. I don't want anybody to feel intimidated at all, please. Now, the sixth thing you're going to learn is how to materially increase your daily productivity so you can accomplish so much more, and so you can ignore distractions and get on a clear path to achieving your goals and boosting your confidence as well. And we're going to do life-changing goal-setting workshops together so you can get on the path to achieving your goals. And we're going to push the goalpost out. That's how we say it I'm Canadian. We push the goalpost out. It's not out, Americans, out. We're going to push the goalpost out so we can work on achieving much more than our initial goals. And what we're going to do is we're going to document our goals on a template that looks like this. Okay. This is one of the many templates I provide you with in the MBA program. And this is a scheduling system I created that works and helps you accomplish so much more every single day. And it comes in multiple file form factors as well. I like to do it on paper though, because that way you always write down your goals every single day and set deadline dates. Now, you might be frustrated about being stuck in a job that doesn't fully utilize your potential, making you feel kind of, undervalued and stagnant. Now, my MBA program directly addresses this by offering a holistic education, in business, finance, entrepreneurship, and personal development. And it really provides a well-rounded skill set necessary for climbing the career ladder and achieving your business aspirations. And without these comprehensive skills, there's actually a risk of remaining in the same unsatisfying career loop, potentially hindering your professional and personal growth. And the MBA program is designed to break this cycle, equipping you with the tools you need to succeed and thrive. Now, does this approach align with what you're looking for? Now, before we continue with the details on the program, and before I give you the 2 free gifts, let's do a really fun exercise together, which is going to radically change your perception of money. Okay, so what you're going to do, please, is you're going to go to day1notoneday.com, okay? And once you're on that website, day1notoneday.com, then what I want you to do is this, please. I want you to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see that the sales price here, which is good for today. All the way down the bottom here. Okay. And it says here, click me when Chris asks you to during the webinar. Thanks. So I want you to click this. And you're going to click this, and what's going to happen is it's going to download a spreadsheet for you, which opened in that window over there. Let me pull it into main view here. Here we go. Okay. So make sure you download this now, because we're going to go through a really simplistic exercise that is going to change your perception of money. So once you have it open, what you do is you select your currency up here. Now, there's 5 questions we're going to do together, 5 little exercises. And what I want you to do is only change the boxes that are shaded in white. So step 1, select your currency here if you want to. All right, so let's go through example number 1. So example number 1 here is, look how much money you will save by making a small change, like making your own coffee every single day or tea. So what you're going to do is enter in the cost of buying a coffee or a tea every single day right here. Okay, let me get my keyboard here. So I'm going to enter in 4 for $4, Starbucks. I know that's crazy expensive. And I do make my own coffee. Okay, and then the number of years. So let's say that, I don't know, I do that every day for 50 years. Okay. And then right here, you're going to enter in what you think you could make if you invest money. Now, historically speaking, the S&P 500 is up about 10% or so, a little bit more with dividends historically. So if I enter 9.5% conservatively right here, and you can change this to 15% if you want to, I actually think the S&P 500 is going to return 15% on average for the next couple of decades. And we can talk about that later if you want to. But if you enter 9.5% right here, then in 50 years, and this is updated here, you will have saved $1.7 million by making your own coffee at home. Now, if your spouse did it as well, you would save close to $3.5 million. And of course, you can change this to a lower number if you want to. I just want to impress upon you the fact that small changes in your daily spending habits can really add up over time. We're just getting started here. Okay. All right, next up here, example number 2. How much money do I need to save in order to have $1 million in 35 years? Okay, so you're just going to enter in the boxes here. So I'm going to start here with, say, $20 a day. Number of years, 35. Okay, interest rate, let's say I go to 12% this time. Okay, well, that's too much. Let me cut this down to $10 a day. Still too much. Let's go to $6 a day. 5? Wow. $5 a day. Times are tough. You can't do it every day. I get it. But think about it. Think about all those streaming apps you subscribe to watch HBO Max and all that other crazy stuff. If you just thought twice, and we certainly do this in my household, my wife is very cost conscious, you would save a fortune in the long run. You can change these numbers here too if you want to. All right. Example number 3 of 5. Oh, this is big. If I decided, and this is good because my real estate electives come out this fall for you. If I decided I want to rent instead of buy a house, and if I assumed that I would pay $600 per month, okay, let me write here, $600 per month, okay, for 50 years, 9.5% is the rate. Whoops, 9.5. Okay. All right. So if you save $600 a month by buying and not renting, then in 50 years, you would have $8.5 million more in savings. That's astonishing. It's hard though. It's hard to buy a place. Like I lived in New York City when I worked at Goldman, and I couldn't afford my first place until I think I was like 31 or 32. And what you want to do is you always want to buy any asset class, be it a stock, bond, crypto, real estate, when everyone else is freaking out. And so what I did was after 9/11, a lot of prices were on sale, and I felt so uncomfortable buying an apartment then. But that's when you have to buy, when everyone else is freaking out, because if you buy an investment, a stock, whatever it is that everybody else loves, then there's not that many incremental investors to push it higher. Okay, you got to buy, as Warren Buffett would say, when there's blood in the streets. You got to buy when that's kind of a harsh thing to say, but you got to buy when you got to be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. Okay, and I've got a lot of tips and tricks to teach you about investing in stocks, bonds, commodities, etc. as we go through this MBA degree program. Okay, let's move on here. This is fun, eh? All right. Oh, this one's good. All right. Look how much money you will save by not buying something. So I'm going to write here Beats, because my son Andrew wanted Beats by Dre for Christmas years ago, and he hated me, man. On Christmas morning, I got one of those bottles of pickled beets, and on the top I wrote Dre. Like he wasn't happy, but he should understand this. Okay, so let's say Beats by Dre costs, I don't know, the high end one's what, $350. Let's say we didn't buy it. 50 years later, if we're bullish, we think that we're going to make 15% of that money. That's how much Beats by Dre will cost you, $379,000. Is it worth $379,000? And I know this is a little bit too aggressive. You could make this lower, make it 9% if you wanted to. It's still not worth $26,000 to get Beats by Dre, although they do sound dope, as my kids would say, or groovy. That's what they say these days, right? All right, lastly, how many years does it take for your money to double? Okay, so the way it works is there's something called the rule of 72. And this will tell you how many years it takes for your money to double. So the formula here, as I wrote, is 72 divided by the interest rates. Okay, so at 15%, your money will double, in 4.8 years, right? At 12%, it'll double every 6 years. And at 10, the math is simple, it's every 7.2 years. So I hope you enjoyed this exercise, and I hope this makes you think differently about spending money. Yeah, and Warren Buffett, last thing I'll say, I love Warren Buffett quotes. He said, you want to spend what is left after saving instead of saving what is left after spending. And of course, we have a lot more advanced templates, tools, tips, and tricks in the MBA degree program. All right, let me get back over here. All right, here we go. Great, back on track. Oh, I have to ask the question now to see who's going to win the gold MBA program scholarship. All right, let me go over here and figure this out. All right, I'll make it simple. The first person to type the answer to this wins. You ready? How many years would it take for your money to double if you invested at an annual rate of 20%? See if somebody typed the answer. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to type 20 here. And the answer is, survey says, 3.6 years. Okay. How fun was that? All right. Remember to stick around, though, because at the end, before we do the Q&A, I'm going to give everybody 2 free gifts. All right. Moving on. All right. Now, the Gold and Platinum MBA is the same class, but Platinum students get one-on-one meetings with me. And I promise you, and I guarantee you, that I will help you live your life on your own terms in my MBA program, as I mentioned before, or your money back, okay? And I'm so convinced you're going to get at least a 10 times return on your investment in the MBA program that, as I mentioned, there's a 30-day 100% money back guarantee. And I don't think any other MBA degree program has this, not that I know of. Now, my students inspire me so much, and there's nothing we can't accomplish together. And students in my MBA program have achieved the following career milestones. One of my students that was in my Platinum program, halfway through, he got a job offer from Goldman Sachs in New York City, working in investment banking, making $175,000, base salary, just base. And he was in the same post-MBA start class with Harvard Business School graduates, meaning at the associate level. Another student of mine raised $11.5 million for his startup from the same venture capitalist that invested in Tesla, SpaceX, Baidu, and Twitter, or X as they call it these days. Other students of mine in my MBA program have gotten jobs at Apple, McKinsey, the Boston Consulting Group, as I mentioned earlier, the private equity sector, the venture capital sector, and on and on and on. And I'm going to tell you soon how to get on Zoom to ask questions. And you can also ask questions over YouTube chat, and I'm going to answer every single one of them. And it gives me such pleasure to humbly help my students. And I really hope you enjoyed today's webcast, if I can talk. And so this is your MBA on your own terms because the program is very flexible. And all of the many students from all over the world that have taken this MBA degree program have one thing in common. We're all here to help each other reach our full potential. And our network of students is incredible, and your network is your net worth. And on day one, what I always say during the orientation class on May 6th, I say there's one rule, and that is that bullying will not be tolerated. No bullies. And we've never had problems with this before, which is awesome, because everybody's opinion should be heard. We are part of the same family. And the great thing about the one-year gold and platinum MBA program is our students really help each other, and they help each other remain accountable so we can all put what we have learned into practice quickly. And you have to practice the stuff that I teach as well. As Tony Robbins said, repetition is the mother of all skill. And Tony Robbins convinced me. He invested in one of my companies in VC. Great guy. He convinced me to do this, to quit VC and do this. And I've never been happier. Spend your money on his courses, his Unleash the Power Within stuff before mine. His stuff's way better. All right. Now, our global family of incredible students are from many countries, and we're all in this to help each other succeed. And so through the 6 main pillars of this program, I'm humbled to say that what I teach you is based on my real life practical experience and not based on theory. And I'll continue to help you reach your full potential. Okay. And I continue to reinvest to ensure that your MBA degree program is always up to date with fresh new content. Now, I've invested well over $1 million so far in creating this MBA degree program so far. And I'm going to invest a lot more too. Now, in addition to the 5 pillars of content already in the MBA program, I added a 6th pillar over the past year, which is optional, again, optional, technology electives, and specifically how to program from scratch using Python, Excel, AI courses, and so much more. And I'm constantly adding lots of new content that you will always get for free forever if you sign up. And whatever technologies are invented, if I think they can help you, then I will add that to the curriculum immediately so you're always one giant leap ahead of the competition. Now, I'll talk about all 6 pillars of the MBA in more detail soon. And if you want, you can go to this website you see over my shoulder there, which is day1notoneday.com. And let me go there with you, actually. Hold on a second. All right, give me a second here. Right here. And you've already been there anyway. I'm so dumb because you guys downloaded that spreadsheet. Yeah. But if you go here, you'll see that my gold and platinum programs are on sale for a very short amount of time as follows. Okay. So gold is usually priced at $24.99. Okay. But it's on sale for 60% off for only $999 at checkout. And positions are limited. So when you click here, you'll see when you scroll to the very, very bottom here, when you click enroll in course, you'll see here that it's discounted to $999. And with platinum, it's also discounted a lot as well. Platinum is actually just over 50% off. So instead of paying $34.99, you pay $19.99 at checkout when you click this button here. Okay, let me go back to my slides here. Now, traditional MBA schools are too expensive. They're inflexible, meaning you have to physically be there in class, and they're certainly outdated as well. And they literally teach you stuff that was relevant last century, and they have not kept up to date with technology and social media trends. Now, with my MBA degree program, it's affordable, as it only costs the same amount as a couple of hours the cost of getting a traditional MBA from an old school MBA program. Plus, there's no risk, as there's a 30-day 100% money-back guarantee. And my 30-day 100% money-back guarantee lasts for 30 days after we start our one-year degree program on May 6th. So what that means is this. If you purchase today or any time before May 6th, then the 30-day 100% money-back guarantee lasts through June 6th of 2024. And I encourage you to Google me or go to LinkedIn and find any students that are graduates of my MBA degree program and chat with them as well. Also, my program is flexible because you can access it anytime from anywhere on any device forever. You can watch the lectures live with me, where I stop after each topic to take endless questions, or you can watch the recorded lessons and recorded Q&A sessions online anytime and on any device forever. And if you sign up for the Gold or Platinum MBA program that starts on May 6th, you're allowed to join any future Gold program of mine for free forever, and this is the last time that that's going to be offered. Meaning, if you purchase the Gold or Platinum MBA program today, this is the last time students will be allowed to join all future Gold programs for free. Also, my MBA program is always up to date, as you receive many hours of new classes every year for free. So I ask you, what is stopping you from taking that next step? What do you need to make your dream or career or business happen? And how many times are you going to say one day? Now, the MBA program is a one-time payment at checkout. And you can make 3 or 6 monthly payments. And if you go to the website you see here over my shoulder, for a limited time, you can get up to 60% off, which expires very soon. And I pride myself on teaching real practical concepts based on my experience and based on the many meetings I've had with billionaires and top CEOs and entrepreneurs, which is actually where I got the 101 Crucial Lessons They Don't Teach You in Business School book idea from. And I'm very humbled to say that Forbes magazine called this book here one of 6 books that all entrepreneurs need to read right now, along with books by Peter Thiel, Simon Sinek, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, The Lean Startup, and The Billionaire Effect as well. And Business Insider called my book the Book of the Year in 2016, humbly. Now, traditional MBA degree programs don't teach you how to present, or how to get customers, or how to network, or how to interview, or how to manage your own money. They teach you how to manage other people's money. And this was apparent to me when I wanted to buy my first apartment in New York City just after 9/11. What I did was I called my buddies that graduated from Columbia and Harvard Business School that I worked with, and I asked, hey, how does a mortgage work? Because, they didn't teach us that in business school. And they all said, I don't know. And we all had to call our parents and ask, how does it work? And also, I want you to ask anybody that has an MBA, do you know how to start a company? They don't. It's crazy. I know. You'd think you'd learn this in business school. They don't teach you that. MBA schools teach you theoretical concepts that were relevant hundreds of years ago, or last century at least. And they teach you bogus theoretical concepts like supply and demand curves, which nobody uses in the real world, unless you're an economist or something. Now, unlike traditional MBA programs, my MBA program covers all of these concepts and so much more, and it's always up to date. Now, you can't reinvent yourself or make a dent in the universe unless you follow your heart and chase your passion. And all the best entrepreneurs never chase money, like Elon Musk, for example. They chase their dreams, and I want to humbly help you realize your dreams, as again, I can't expect to realize my dreams unless I first help my students' dreams become a reality. Now, my MBA program is not only based on my work experience on Wall Street working at Goldman Sachs, but it's also based on my work experience working in the venture capital sector here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And it's not just US focused. It's actually global in nature, because I've worked all over the world and invested all over the world as well. I worked in and invested in companies in India, Brazil, North America, of course, all over Europe, the Middle East, China, South Korea, Japan, and many other countries as well. Now, our next Gold and Platinum one-year MBA degree program class starts on Monday, May the 6th. And classes are every Monday and Tuesday from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. Pacific time. And we start on Monday, May 6th, 2024. And the last class is in April of 2025. And classes are 3 hours long, every Monday and Tuesday, again from 9 a.m. until noon Pacific time, plus live Q&A after all topics during all classes. So each Monday and Tuesday, we usually cover 3 topics. And after each topic, I stop to take questions over YouTube live chat or Zoom. And you don't have to watch all the classes live if you don't want to. You know, life happens if you're busy. You can watch replays of them or just watch and attend in class if you want. And you choose what you want to watch, meaning the topics that interest you the most. And there's barely any homework as you learn during class, as it's edutaining, meaning educational and entertaining. We have a lot of fun learning together as well. Yeah. Now, in terms of tests, they're easy. There's 100 classes, and not including the countless hours of electives. And there's a short quiz after all 100 classes, which takes you hardly any time to finish. Really easy. And this means that there's 100 quizzes. Now, in order to pass and receive your MBA degree, all you need to do is get over 50% on half of the 100 quizzes. And I set it up this way because not all students are interested in the same content. And I truly want this to be your MBA on your own terms. And the Gold and Platinum program students all attend the same class and QA sessions together. And they attend the weekly office hours for Gold and Platinum students, which is every Thursday for 2 hours from 11:20 a.m. Pacific time until 1:20 p.m. Pacific time. And I mentioned earlier, you're all grandfathered in. So if you buy Gold or Platinum today for the program that starts May 6th, you can take any future Gold program for free forever. And you can also join the 2-hour Zoom call every Thursday forever, which again is from 11:20 a.m. until 1:20 p.m. Pacific time. Now, if you're in the Platinum program, you also get 3 hours of one-on-one confidential career coaching Zoom calls with me. And you got 1 year to do them. Again, that's 3 hours. And we do it in 20-minute increments as well. Now, if you've got a massive presentation coming up, of course, I can do longer than 20 minutes. We can cram an entire hour in one day if you want to as well. And during the one-on-ones, I'll literally write your entire LinkedIn profile if you want me to. And I'll humbly and confidentially help you with any business or career-related topic, from how to interview or how to ask for a raise or a promotion. You got to ask, right? Because closed mouths don't get fed. Or how to grow your startup, or any other project you want me to help you with. I'm here to support you. Let's now discuss what is included in the MBA program, meaning what do I teach about in the 1-year Gold and Platinum MBA program that starts on Monday, May the 6th. So there's 6 pillars in the MBA program. And the first pillar, there's 6 pillars as you can see right here. The first pillar is personal growth, okay? And there's 6 pillars and there's 4 semesters, but let me just run through the content we teach during the 4 semesters. The first one here is personal growth, where I help you to accomplish so much more every single day with templates like a daily scheduling planner and many other templates as well. Not just this, there is tons, okay? And this is not something you learn at traditional business schools. And this will help you accomplish so much more while being well-rounded, so you have time for exercise and so much more. And if you want to get something done, give it to a busy person, which will be you. Now, I'm also going to help you with conquering any lack of confidence issues we might have that are holding us back from reaching our full potential. And I teach you how to network and make the best LinkedIn profile and resume as well, so you can get the job or customer or investors of your dreams. And your network is your net worth, and relationships are crucial in business. And I'll teach you how to network on steroids. Now, by enhancing your personal brand with an improved LinkedIn profile and resume, and by optimizing your sales and communication skills, you'll not only secure that raise or promotion, but you'll also be thought of as a thought leader. And expanding your network and really focusing on personal development is going to elevate your career and net worth, giving you the freedom and confidence to achieve your dreams without constant work stress. And this will embody true professional and financial freedom as well. Now, here's a very short video on what the personal growth pillar is all about. Welcome to the personal growth track of the program, where you will develop a crystal clear image of the person and future you truly desire. You will learn how to identify and create a blueprint for the future that you want. Now, in this track, you will redefine your image of yourself and grow your confidence by pushing your limits. You'll also be able to market yourself far more effectively because you will have developed the inner belief that fuels your dreams. You will gain improved communication skills that will have a lasting positive impact, both personally and professionally, for the rest of your life, so that you can get the dream job or change careers or get promoted and so much more. Get the confidence and tools you need to create the life that you want. Make the best decision you can make for your future and join me. The second of 6 pillars is finance and accounting. I'll teach you finance and accounting from scratch, assuming you have no finance or accounting experience. And if you do have finance or accounting experience, I want you to forget everything you learned, because I'm going to teach you a brand new way and an easier way to learn and a more funner way, as my kids used to say, with lots and lots of props, because it's so much easier and so much more fun to learn with visuals, right? Now I've got props for everything. Yeah, I've had so much fun making this. Now, all this stuff that I teach you is based on my work experience on Wall Street, having worked at Goldman Sachs, as well as in the hedge fund industry and the venture capital industry as well. And I'm going to teach you how to read financial statements like a good book. And I'll teach you about mergers and acquisitions as well as investment banking. And I'll use tons and tons and tons of real life case studies. And the great thing about doing these classes live is you can always ask me questions about current events. You know, if you read the Wall Street Journal or the Financial Times in the morning, or you hear something on the news, or if one company takes over another company, we can do an immediate case study on that company or talk about it as well, if you want to. And I'll give you so many investing tools and templates so you can analyze any investment before deciding to invest. And instead of giving you a fish, I'm going to teach you how to fish so that you're a long-term investor and you make smarter investment decisions. And I don't want you to ever rely on anybody's advice, including mine, on what to buy when you invest, which is why I teach you and provide you with many templates so you can decide for yourself. And nobody is smarter than you. And I believe that with my whole heart, that I licensed this very short, life-changing interview with Steve Jobs from the Silicon Valley Historical Association here in the San Francisco Bay Area.
When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side, that you can change it, you can mold it. That's maybe the most important thing, is to shake off this erroneous notion that life is there and you're just going to live in it, versus embrace it, change it, improve it, make your mark upon it. I think that's very important. And however you learn that, once you learn it, you'll want to change life and make it better, because it's kind of messed up in a lot of ways. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
Also in the finance and accounting pillar is a 30-hour elective where I'll teach you how professional investors do very advanced investment and portfolio analysis, and how they use basic and advanced options and derivative strategies to protect their money and make money too, of course. Now here's a very short video about the finance and accounting part of the MBA program. Do you want to learn all of the practical finance and accounting skills that you need to be successful in a really fun way from scratch? In this track, we cover everything from managing your personal finances to even starting a hedge fund and everything in between. I teach you the basics and the advanced ways to analyze and value companies, create a diversified investment portfolio. I also teach you how to invest in stocks, bonds, commodities, real estate, and even advanced options topics covering derivatives, investing in options, future swaps, and much more. And I promise you that I will explain it all in a fun and easy to understand way from scratch. You will learn how to use my VFT, meaning Valuation, Fundamentals, and Technicals Investment Research Framework, that uses my specially designed 100-step process and comprehensive, brand new state-of-the-art investment template to research and analyze stocks to ensure that you can pick profitable investments in the long run. When you finish this track, you will be able to manage portfolios like a professional by using the many financial models and frameworks I provide you with to outperform your competition, regardless of whether it's your own money, your client's money, or corporate or government portfolios. This track is so comprehensive and enjoyable. You can go from being financially illiterate to a savvy professional investor in practically no time at all with the methods that you'll learn to use in these easy to apply lessons. It's never too late to learn how to invest in your future. So please check it out. We can't wait to have you join us. The third pillar of the MBA program is entrepreneurship, where I teach you how to start a company or improve your current company. Now, during the entrepreneurship part of the program, we've got a 15-hour venture capital bootcamp, where I teach you how to start a company or improve your current company or improve the department you work at if you're at a big company, or even how to start a new department at a big company as well. I also teach you how to raise money, like a student of mine I mentioned that raised $11.5 million from Tim Draper and others. And Draper was an early investor in Baidu, Twitter, and Tesla. Now, the venture capital bootcamp part of the MBA is based on my work experience in venture capital, where I invested in Facebook pre-IPO, and based on companies I've started and the boot camps I've been a part of at Stanford University. Now, the Stanford Graduate School of Business MBA program has a venture capital class. And part of the curriculum for several years, I was involved and on panels, and I mentored many Stanford MBA students with their business models while they were doing their MBA at Stanford as part of their curriculum. And all this venture capital knowledge I will teach you is in the entrepreneurship part of the MBA degree program. Now here's a short video on the entrepreneurship track. Over the last decade, there's been an explosion of entrepreneurship with the advancement of technology. The amazing thing is that anybody can start companies now with very little capital and in any country. But sadly, most of these businesses will fail within 2 years. Now, the difference between success and failure is planning and execution, because failing to plan is planning to fail. In the entrepreneurship track, we have what I call our venture capital bootcamp. I guide you through all the practical steps that you need to grow your existing company or launch a new company, including raising money, creating a rock-solid go-to-market business strategy, building your management team, determining the product and or service that you're selling, and creating financial statements the easy way. I have a lot of experience with venture capital, as I participated as a teacher and a keynote speaker at venture capital events all over the world, including judging business models on many occasions at the Stanford University Graduate School of Business. In the entrepreneurship track of the program, you are given many up-to-date and easy-to-use templates for writing a business plan, including finding your customers, researching your competition, and securing the necessary financials to ensure your company's success. This section is jam-packed with practical skills and knowledge that will give graduates the upper hand in the new economy. Students are provided with the step-by-step lessons to launch and execute a successful business idea that will thrive today and in the future. If you've ever dreamed of starting your own business, you'll be armed with the essential tools needed to ensure success. Learn why relationships are more important than product knowledge, and together, let's build your business empire. I'll see you in the program. Now, the fourth of 6 pillars is called Sales, Marketing, and Communications, where I teach you how to sell anything, including yourself. And the best CEOs and entrepreneurs are awesome salespeople. That's how they got there. And so I'm going to teach you how to reinvent yourself and get more customers. I'll teach you how to get a better job and so much more. And we study the best entrepreneurs, and we never study theory. And I'll teach you how to use YouTube or other social media products to enhance your career. I'll also teach you how to communicate much better and speak gooder too. That was bad dad humor, sorry. But it's okay though, because there's a 30-day 100% money back guarantee. There's too much dad humor in this thing. Yeah. Now, in the MBA program, you'll also learn how to use the video or audio equipment you have to create an incredible Zoom or Webcast experience for your viewers from your home. And this is crucial because one of my amazing platinum students that graduated 2 years ago, named Evelyn from Minnesota, she took her career to the next level using the audio and video concepts taught in the MBA program. And she inspires me so much. And she told me that an amazing Zoom setup at home does the same thing for your career that an incredible Italian suit does. Now, here's a very quick video on what the Sales, Marketing, and Communications pillar is all about. 2 of the most important skills you need to succeed in your career are the ability to sell and the ability to market yourself. But traditional MBAs place very little, if any, emphasis on this area. They're stuck teaching theories that no longer have any relevance in modern society. In this section of the program called Sales, Marketing, and Communications, you'll learn how to sell, including your products, your services, and most importantly, yourself. I will teach you frameworks for qualifying your leads more effectively, along with an assortment of tips, tools, and techniques that you can use to elevate the value of your offer to your current or potential customers. I will teach you how to sell better than anybody you know. You'll also learn how to communicate effectively during meetings and during presentations, as well as how to appeal to your customers' emotions and how to use empathy as your secret weapon. Inside this track of the program, you'll learn all of the skills needed to navigate the modern business landscape and succeed in any job. Don't sell yourself short. Learn how to get what you're worth. Come and check it out for yourself. The 5th of 6 pillars is called Economics Management and Strategy. And I teach you how global finance works, including how interest rates work and so much more, and how the government floods the market with more money in order to issue bonds and change interest rates. And what we also do is we use many frameworks to analyze companies that top consulting firms like Accenture and McKinsey use to analyze companies. Now, here's a short video on what else to expect in this part of the MBA program. Inside the Economics Management and Strategy section of the Haroun MBA degree program, we focus on teaching relevant information for the real world. We also examine how governments affect the economy and what that means for investors. In addition, we analyze successful companies and industry leaders' best practices, which you can apply to your career to take your career to the next level. We'll also learn everything there is to know about cryptocurrencies when we take a deep dive into the topic and consider what impact they will have on the financial systems in the future. This section is full of relevant case studies, including Apple potentially buying Nintendo. This section also includes many frameworks and research systems that graduates always rave about that have taken this program, because it provides them with actionable lessons that they can put into use right away to greatly impact their future wealth. We also discuss, in an entertaining and educational way, fiscal policy, monetary policy, international trade, how to manage and motivate people, and so much more. So take control of your financial future. Success is closer than it seems. Join us now and learn how to achieve your future dreams faster. The sixth and final part we have is the technology part of the MBA. This is brand new, and I'm adding tons and tons of new technology topics this year, as well as the elective on real estate, as I mentioned earlier. Now, what I did was I rented a few Hollywood studios where top movies are made to record this trailer for one of the technology electives. I hope you enjoy it. I don't know how to say it, so I'm just going to say it. I'm teaching a comprehensive course on Microsoft Excel. But let me tell you, Excel is a magician's hat that pulls out solutions to problems you never thought possible. As a former beta tester wizard for Microsoft, I've created more spreadsheets than stars in the sky. Come with me on a journey that will blow your mind. We're going back to a time when accounting was done with, well, sand. This is 5,000 years ago when the ancient Mesopotamians ruled the world, and clay tablets were the ultimate tech. They invented writing and spreadsheets before spreadsheets even existed, with wedge-shaped writing called cuneiform pressed into clay tablets. They tracked their trades, taxes, and loans like it was nobody's business. Ugh! I think I'll add new shoes to the miscellaneous expenses column. And then came the paper ledger, the smartphone of the Middle Ages. The first tech revolution that changed the game for accountants and merchants everywhere. It allowed them to record several hundred financial transactions per day, a step up from clay tablets. And just when it seemed like spreadsheets had hit their limits, a new technology emerged. Computers with raw power at your fingertips. Programs like VisiCalc and Lotus 123 allowed for thousands of calculations per day. But with great power comes great responsibility. The undo function was yet to be invented. And today, Excel can do billions of calculations per day. So next time you open up the app, remember the journey it took to get here. And who knows where we'll go from here. Join me and unlock your full potential to wield thousands of years of history like a true wizard. Now, in order to access the Excel, AI, Python, and other electives, you can always access them in the very last lecture of your MBA degree program. This is where I consistently add new electives every single year. So let's now transition and talk about topic 2 of 3, which is some frequently asked questions about the MBA program. One of them I get quite often is, can I take the program if I have no knowledge of any business or finance or accounting or even tech topics for the electives? Absolutely. No prior knowledge is required. We have many doctors and engineers and MBA graduates from top schools that take my MBA program, and they always say they learned way more in my program at a fraction of the cost than other sources. And we've had graduates that are in their early 20s and in their early 70s from all over the world, and all with very unique backgrounds that really enhances and diversifies the student body from a networking perspective, so you can learn a lot from each other as well. Another question I get is, what if I don't have enough time to watch classes or do the short quizzes? And do I need to quit my job? Absolutely not. You don't have to quit your job, because you only have to take half of the quizzes and get over 50% in order to pass. Also, you don't have to do the entire program 1 year if you don't want to. You can take as long as you want. This is a flexible and affordable MBA program that you can take on your own terms. And you have access to all of the content and new content that I add forever, and you don't need a university degree to register for my MBA program. Now, another question I get is there or are there opportunities to network with other students? Absolutely, using Slack, Zoom, LinkedIn, as well as our in-person graduation and networking events. Now, here's a short video from 2 of our in-person graduation ceremonies, which students attended in person or they watched the live webcast. And you don't have to graduate to attend these graduation/networking events either.
Good morning to my amazing global MBA family.
So you now officially have everything you need to build something far bigger than yourself. Okay? And so we are now 100% done the MBA degree program. Congratulations. Excellent. He's from Mississauga, it's my hometown. Next up, we've got Christian Chang. Dion Vernon. Now, I want to end this MBA degree program right now on this positive note. And I want you to get up and start working on architecting your perfect life, armed with what you've learned in this MBA degree program. And more importantly, armed with this new empowering belief that you have in yourself. Now, this is not the end. It is not the beginning of the end. It is perhaps the end of the beginning. Believe in yourself and think with your heart first. Now, any past or present gold or platinum student can attend our graduation and networking events in person, even if you haven't graduated yet. And during the 2-day events, I also do in-person one-on-one meetings with my platinum students, even if they already graduated years ago. Now, another question I get is this: is the Haroun MBA degree program accredited? No. Because accredited traditional old school MBA programs do not help you achieve your full potential. And they don't teach you practical business concepts that make you successful. And government accreditation means that I would have to have a board that will make me teach theoretical concepts that you will not use in the real world. I'd be wasting your time. Now, here's what some business icons have had to say about accredited traditional old school MBA programs. Let's kick it off here with Elon Musk. That picture's dope. So Elon Musk said, as much as possible, avoid hiring MBAs. MBA programs don't teach you how to create companies. Our position is that we hire someone in spite of an MBA, not because of one. Now, Sheryl Sandberg, who was the COO of Meta, used to be called Facebook, said this: while I got great value from my experience, MBAs are not necessary at Facebook, and I don't believe they are important for working in the tech industry. And of course, they're all referring to traditional MBA programs. Now, Guy Kawasaki, good guy, he was an early Apple employee, said this: for every full-time engineer, add $500,000 in company value. And for every full-time MBA, subtract $250,000. Peter Thiel, who is the top venture capitalist in the world, said this of traditional MBA schools: never hire an MBA, they will ruin your company. And Mark Andreessen, who's also a top venture capitalist here in Silicon Valley, and I met him actually He was on a board I was on when I worked in VC way back. He said this, MBA, and he's a big guy too, he's a really tall guy. He said, MBA graduating classes are actually a reliable indicator. If they all want to go into investment banking, there's going to be a financial crisis. If they all want to go into tech, that means a bubble is forming. And Scott Cook, who is a Harvard MBA and the founder of Intuit, had this to say. When MBAs come to us, we have to fundamentally retrain them. Nothing they learned will help them succeed at innovation, because traditional MBA schools teach them about theory, stuff that was relevant last century. It's true. Lastly, number one, I love this guy. The number one marketing guru on the planet, Seth Godin, who's a Stanford MBA, said this. An MBA has become a two-part machine. First, students are taught everything they need to know to manage a company from the 1990s. And second, they're taken out of the real world. And so I would love to have you join us in my Gold or Platinum MBA program that starts on May the 6th. And so please go to the website you see there, day1notoneday.com, to learn more and sign up. And we have a lot of testimonials on day1notoneday.com from graduates. And feel free to reach out to any Haroun Gold or Platinum MBA graduates on LinkedIn as well, or anywhere else you can find them. Now, you might have other questions about certain topics covered in the MBA program or not. The best way to answer it is two ways. Number one, you can look at the entire curriculum. And let me go there and show you. Okay. So what you do is you go to day1notoneday.com and then you click here on whichever product you're interested in. Okay. And then you're just going to scroll down here and you're going to it's pretty long here. Hold on a second. Almost there. There's a lot to it, man. Yeah, down here is the curriculum. Way down here. Oh my goodness, I should just search for the word curriculum. Yeah, you can look at the entire curriculum here. Just kind of look through it if you want to as well. Yeah. All right, let me go back to my slides here. Here we go, good. All right, the second way is to set up a one-on-one Zoom call with me. And you can do this by going to that website I just showed you, day1notoneday.com, and you can click the blue button you see right here. Let me go back here. Right here. You see at the bottom here, schedule a Zoom call with Chris to discuss joining the MBA programs. Yeah. All right, let me go back here to my slides here. All right. And you can purchase the Gold or Platinum program today at day1notoneday.com, and positions are limited in this sale. It's a big sale and it's very soon. Now, if you have additional questions, you can either ask me in a few minutes using YouTube chat or using Zoom, and I'll explain how to get on Zoom in a moment. Okay. Now, we have students from all over the world that have taken and benefited from this program. There's tons of them here. Eileen, who lives in Georgia, I actually met up with her and her family a while back in Atlanta. She wrote, "This MBA has completely changed my outlook in business and in life." She's great. She's family. We have Dr. Mark, who he's a doctor. He leveraged the networking skills in the MBA program to move from the Philippines to Birmingham, England, where he's a doctor there too. And he did he wrote a lot of stuff on social media, on LinkedIn, based on the stuff that I taught in the program, that during COVID, he became the authority on certain healthcare topics. And it was United Nations actually offered him a job in Sudan, which he turned down. I'll go through these really fast, I promise. We have Dave Capel from the United States here. He used to work at Autodesk. Funny guy, great guy. We have Akil, who's my first student. I love Akil. He's from India, and he actually got a meeting for his startup with Sequoia as well. He pitched them not too long ago. We've got Stella from South Korea. We have Yoshida-san from Japan. We've got Vital. Oh, Vital is the guy from Rwanda who I built the school with. Yeah, great guy, good guy. And you can always learn more about my charity stuff by going to projectmagoo.org. Yeah. We've got Asan from Pakistan, Jason from Australia. Jason's a great guy. Reach out to him if you want to. So he leveraged the MBA program. So he was living with his wife and 3 boys in Florida during COVID. And his wife worked for the Australian military. And he actually networked using the stuff you learned in the MBA program in 2020. He networked using Zoom and found a great job, before he moved back to Melbourne with his family. He's a great guy, and his son actually interned with me not too long ago. Good guy. All right, next up, we've got Doris from the United Kingdom, Lamarck, who I call the Rock. I met with him and his wife, and I'm meeting with him and his wife. They're coming into the Bay Area soon. She's an opera singer. Good guy. We've got Dante from Canada, Portugal, all over the world. All over the world. Andre from, he's from Ohio. Canadian, of course, represent. Solly from Lithuania. Dave from Belgium. Dave's a great guy. All over the world. Okay, great. Now, I've spent over $1 million on this program so far. You can take the program on a laptop, desktop, a tablet, or your phone, and all lectures have the highest quality closed captions added. I recorded everything from 4 different camera angles, all in 4K, so it's future-proof. Now, when you watch it, it's 1080 for now. But once the platforms out there allow us to use 4K, I'll make sure that I upload those immediately. Yeah, and we have a lot of fun as well with the content here. So each lesson has a unique background and many props to make the learning environment fun and engaging. And this lecture here, we did a case study on Nintendo as well, which is the oldest tech company in the world. They've been around for like 120 years or so. They weren't always a tech company. Yeah. So we have a lot of fun analyzing that company. Here's another example. A lot of stuff on Warren Buffett as well. Yeah. So I change out the backdrop a lot, and I love Michael Jordan. That's one of my favorite quotes ever there. That's actually my license plate for my car, Edutained. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Yeah. Okay, cool. Great. All right. Now, before I answer your YouTube chat questions and before I answer your Zoom questions, let's move on to the free gifts. So what I want you to do, please, is I want you to go to the following web address. And this web address I'm going to show you in a second. You'll get the 2 free gifts, and there's also a link there to join Zoom if you want to. Okay, so let me click here. There it is there. Okay, good. So what I want you to do, please, is I want you to go to this web address, all lowercase, harounmba.com/ZoomDay1. Okay, not one day. ZoomDay1, all lowercase, to get your free gifts. So let me go over and show you. Just remember that web address. So harounmba.com/ZoomDay1. And let me go over there with you. Here it is here. Okay, great. Yeah. So gift number 1 is right here. It's my complete personal finance course. Okay. And you can click here and this will open in a new window. Okay. Now, gift number 2 is my book, 101 Crucial Lessons They Don't Teach You in Business School. And you can click right here to access this, which opens up also in a new window. And at the top of this web page right here, you see here, you can click right here to join Zoom. Now, while I'm waiting for people to join Zoom, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a short trailer of the course I'm giving away today for free called the Complete Personal Finance Course. It's a minute or two, and when it's done playing, Zoom will be open, and I'll answer all the questions you have from YouTube chat as well as on Zoom. Thank you. Have you ever wondered, what is a billionaire's secret? What steps do they take to grow their wealth? I'll tell you this much. It's not blind luck. It's all about saving, protecting, and making more money, which this course will teach you. We'll talk about wills, trusts, and estate planning, and how much you should spend on a house, and how to calculate mortgage payments the easy way. This course will help you create the perfect budget, which is really helpful in managing your day-to-day life. I'll teach you how retirement accounts work and how to pay less in taxes, as well as how to protect your family and your possessions by using the right insurance products. You will learn about investing in stocks, bonds, and commodities, and how to manage risk. And this will all be done with easy and fun exercises using your personal finance Excel dashboard. This course is customized for every country and every currency in the world. No experience is necessary. The great part is, we don't do theory. Instead, you will apply practical concepts to real-world situations. I have years of experience in finance, from working at Goldman Sachs to venture capital and investment firms, including ones that I've founded. I will help you to save, protect, and make your money work for you. Please check out the student reviews to see how so many have benefited from the knowledge they've learned. And last but not least, we're going to have a lot of fun. So let's begin. All right, I hope you enjoyed the webcast. Let me get to your questions now. Matteo, good to see you. Hassan, great to see you as well. Dennis, Maria, Faz from Oxfordshire, UK, great to see you. First time seeing you on the call, hope you join us again. Hilda, awesome to see you. Brian, everybody, great to see all of you. Thank you. And Dennis, God bless you. Thank you so much for that comment you left there. I appreciate it. Kevin, good to see you from Lakeland, Florida. I was in Florida a week and a half ago seeing my parents. Amir, great to see you, Habibi. Ani Khotse Coffee Akhshav. I love my coffee. Amir graduated from the Platinum Program, I think it was a year or two ago, and he's based in Vancouver. Great to see you, bud. My thoughts are with you always. All right. And let's see, the first person to answer the question correctly who wins the 100% free gold scholarship is Matteo. That's right. Money doubles. If you have 20% interest rate on an investment, it will double in 3.6 years. You are correct. Congratulations on winning the 100% gold scholarship for the class that starts on May 6th. Please email support@harounventures.com so I can send you the scholarship. And I remember seeing you on the call yesterday for the first time. I think you mentioned that you're 25 years old and you're from Italy as well. Awesome. It's going to be great to get to know you. All right. Next up, Les wrote here, one person told me that a 20-year-old, if she put $6 Starbucks coffee in the markets, she would have close to $1 million by the age of 60, much more than that actually. Response was, I don't want to wait until 60 for my Starbucks coffee. Yeah. You can make it at home. It's so much cheaper. Yeah. And I actually make something called bulletproof coffee. I can talk about that in more detail, but it gives me humbly incredible cerebral abilities to think and speak much gooder and stuff. Yeah. I've been doing this since 2015 and I swear by it. Yeah. Okay. Hassan wrote, sir, call me Chris, please. I just bought your crypto course on Udemy. I want your one-on-one support. Kindly tell me, do you have a WhatsApp? Yeah, I'm so sorry. I have millions of students. It's hard for me to do this. If you want, join the MBA Program. I'm happy to give you as much support as you'd like. Yeah, thank you. Or you can ask questions within the course on whatever platform you bought that course in. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Sean, good to see you. Diana, another Ventura. I think a different Ventura, though. We got Zip, who wrote, hi, Chris. Hi, everyone. Greetings from Indonesia. Great to see you. Faz wrote, Chris, is what we'll learn entirely relevant to the UK or more relevant to the US, please? It's entirely relevant globally. So I've invested, and I have students in every single country. I've invested in almost every single country. I have students in every country, though. And so everything I teach is generic to apply to any country as well. Yeah. All right. Sean wrote, your MBA program is great. Thank you. God bless you. It helped your career. Thank you. And then Diana wrote, I have the same question as Faz because I'm from Portugal. I love what I've learned so far, but I'm a tad concerned in terms of economy and finance due to my country's financial crisis. Yeah, and I'm actually going to be in Portugal this October. And I don't know if you caught, but I showed the Bengali caves in one of my slides today. It's a beautiful place. Let me show you who to reach out to when it comes to talking to people from Portugal that have taken the program. So I'm going to go to LinkedIn, and I had a student, I think it was a year or two ago that graduated, maybe it was 3 years, from Portugal. Great guy. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to talk to you. His name is Carlos. Here he is right here. Yeah. So you can reach out to Carlos if you want. You can copy this name right here, do a screen print, reach out to him over LinkedIn, tell him that I told you to reach out if you want, or just reach out to him. Really, really good guy. Yeah, he graduated 2020, actually. That was a while back. Yeah, I've been doing this for years. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, good. All right. And then Mateo wrote, the last trailer was great. Well done. Thank you. And then Henry wrote, the trailer's fantastic, gets to your emotions. Yeah. And I hired a guy named Adad Warda to make it for me. He's made 12 of my trailers, and we went all out for that one as well. It's a lot of fun. It's hard though, man, because when I was doing that commercial trailer, whatever it is, there's 8 million people behind cameras telling me go this way, go that way, and every time I screwed up a line, which was like all the time, all the extras were like, oh God, again. And it was brutally hot in Southern California that day. Yeah, but it was fun. Okay. And then Tommy wrote, how's the scholarship work? Yeah, so I'm giving one scholarship away today, and that's to Mateo. Yeah. And then Zip wrote, the MBA program is beyond gold, really helps me to catch my long-delayed education and hopefully my career, especially when you're working on shifts. Thank you, Chris, for bringing this. Thank you. And thank you for the emoji as well, and God bless you. And then next question's from Ryan, who wrote, are the live classes on Monday and Tuesday every single week? Yeah. So classes are every single Monday and Tuesday from 9 a.m. until noon Pacific time. And quite often they run a little bit longer than that, just given the Q&A that I offer. And so the way I structure it is I play a video and then I take questions. So if you take a look here at this product here I'm using, which is called Wirecast, that video you just watched, I pre-recorded it, so it's perfect. So what I do is, and you can see on the left there, on the right is live, on the left is not. So what I do is I'll play at least 3 videos, 3 lectures each class, perfectly edited from multiple camera angles, etc. And then I'll switch over to, and I'll click this button here to go live. And then I take questions, endless questions over Zoom after each lecture. Okay, and again, there's 3 every Monday and Tuesday. And I also do weekly office hours for Gold and Platinum students over Zoom. It's every Thursday from 11:20 until 1:20 p.m. And you got lifetime access to that. And as I mentioned earlier in the call, this is the very last time that I'm actually going to be offering the grandfather feature as part of this MBA degree program. What that means is this. If you sign up for the Gold or Platinum program, the one that starts May 6th, you can join any other future Gold program for free. And that's the last time I'm going to be offering this. Yeah. All right. I've got thousands of students that have taken the MBA degree program. So it's I don't want it to be too jammed in meetings. Yeah. All right. And then Hilda wrote, the MBA program's value surpasses its price tag. Thank you. The course material and networking opportunities with fellow students are invaluable. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah. And there's no risk. There's a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. And I'm sincere when I say that if you're not getting at least a 10 times return on investment in the first 30 days of taking the program, then you get your money back, 100% of your money back. Yeah. And that 100% of your money back lasts for 30 days after we start. So if you buy today, you get your money back all the way up until 30 days after the May 6th start date. I mean, you get your money back by June 6th. Nothing to lose. Yeah. And then Frank, who I met for the first time yesterday on my weekly call, goes by Good Times, wrote, congrats, I just signed up and I'm happy I didn't win. Thank you. God bless you. I'm looking forward to working with you and everybody else that's already signed up today. I appreciate it. Yeah. And Mateo, you're most welcome for that comment. Henry wrote, congrats to the winner. The winner was very active yesterday and knowledgeable. He was. I remember that. Yeah, I agree. And then Mateo is asking me, I want to ask if you involve your followers in your charity work. Absolutely. Yeah. And then he wrote, I take joy in volunteering and I'd like to know if, and as your students can help you in any way. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So the schools that I build in Africa are with my students always, right? So I always pick usually a gold or platinum student to build the schools with. So as I showed you earlier today, we finished Rwanda. It's up and running. It's doing great. 100 students fit into that school. And it's actually morphing into a little bit more of a meeting center as well as a school. It's interesting. And the next one is going to be in Rwanda. We secure the 10 acres. I showed you the graphic during the presentation. And it's a 6-hour drive from the Nairobi airport in Kenya. Yeah. And the next one after that, we're doing Nigeria with one of my students that graduated 2 years ago. and then we'll pick a different country every single year. And eventually, what I want to do, because I'm not going to live for 1,000 years, maybe I will, I don't know. What I want to do is I want to build many per year. Yeah, and so as I mentioned earlier, what I do, the purpose, my raison d'être, is to build schools, and your participation helps with that as well. Yeah. Now, in terms of the charity, it's not registered in my name. I want to keep that separate completely. It's registered in Vital's name, who's from Rwanda. Yeah. Okay, great. Excellent. Well, again, the sale ends very soon. You know exactly where to go. You can go to this website here to check it out. If you have any additional questions, you can always book a one-on-one call with me. And the way you do that is just go to I'll show you here. You go directly to the website. Let me go there with you. Okay, let's go over here. Yeah, go to this website here, day1notoneday.com, which forwards to here. And then you'll see a blue button here. Just click on this to set up a Zoom call with me today, tomorrow, or whenever it is. And then for the for the sales, you get 50 to 60% off, right? So if you click here, you don't pay $24.99, you pay $9.99 at checkout. And then here for the Platinum program, instead of paying $34.99, you pay 57% off, I think it is. You get it for $19.99 at checkout, and you click here. And if anybody is, and I just responded to Ryan, who's a silver student, who asked if he gets a discount because he already signed up for silver. Yes, you get that additional discount as well. Just email support@harounventures.com if you're a silver student and you've already paid, so I can give you an additional discount. It's not fair, you pay the full price. Yeah. And then over here, if anybody has questions, this is my diamond program, and it's quite different from these ones. But if you're interested in 20 hours of one-on-one calls with me, etc., you can always click this link to book a call right here. All right, let me go back over here. All right. Next up, Chris wrote, I signed up for silver. Yeah. So yeah, email me again at support@harounventures.com. Great. Excellent. And then Mateo wrote, I believe this is the right address. Yeah. And if you pasted a hyperlink there, for some reason, YouTube strips it out. So if you ever want to share a hyperlink on a YouTube webcast, you just type it out as follows. let's say I want to go to CNN.com. You go to www, you type www space DOT, CNN DOT, COM. Excellent. Well, God bless you all. This is a really, really fun webcast. And I'm going to wrap it up with, I got breaking news. I got to go to breaking news. Here's breaking news. Okay, hope to see you in class. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Bob Burgundy from Haroun News Network, that's HNN, and I've got breaking news for you. It looks like technology behemoth Apple is trying to buy Nintendo. Breaking news, breaking news. I don't know if the deal will go through. I have to ask a number of our strategic advisors here to help us out to find out if this deal, in fact, will go through. And so the first strategic advisor that I want to ask is an expert in economics management and strategy. He works at a consulting firm called McKinsey, and his name is Chip Patterson. Chip, what are your thoughts?
Yes, thank you, Bob, for that introduction. This is an extraordinary deal, and I think it might make sense, but I'm not really sure yet. And so here at McKinsey & Company, we pride ourselves on advising the most incredible companies and government agencies in the world. And so by the end of this MBA degree program, my fellow classmates here will help me to analyze if this extraordinary deal makes a lot of sense or not. Thank you, and cheerio.
Thank you, Chip. The next expert we're going to ask is a finance and accounting expert who works at an investment bank called MHS, Morgan Haroun Sachs. His name is Gordon Lizard. Gordon, what are your thoughts on this deal?
Thanks, Bob. I really appreciate it, So here at Morgan Haroun Sachs, MHS actually, we're going to do a really deep dive to understand the financial statements of, Nintendo and Apple. And I pride myself on being an amazing investment banker. And we're actually going to have a lot of my fellow students here during the Haroun Education Ventures MBA degree program. help me to build out the financials. And don't worry, I know a lot of us don't understand how finance and accounting works, but we will by the end of this MBA degree program. In fact, here's what we're gonna do, We're gonna figure it all out together. We're gonna create the financial model, meaning the income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, etc. for Nintendo as well as for Apple. And it's a bit complicated because Nintendo's an international company, and so their financial statements are a little bit different from Apple, but we're gonna figure it out, and then what we're going to do is we're actually going to value the company using discounted cash flow, as well as price earnings multiple, price to revenue, and other metrics as well. And so that by the end of this MBA degree program, we will know how much Apple should potentially pay for Nintendo. Thanks, Bob. Back to you. Thank you, Gordon. Our next expert is somebody that knows a lot about sales, marketing, and communication, and his name is Stephen Ive. Stephen, you work at Apple. What are your thoughts on this deal?
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Thanks. It's going to be important for me to convince our board and shareholders to approve of the deal. And I'm not much of a presenter, but I know that a lot of my fellow students here in the Haroun Education Ventures MBA degree program are going to be able to help me to learn how to present much better in the SMC classes, that sales, marketing, and communication classes, so that they'll give me advice, and together we'll be able to learn how to present to the board of Apple and the shareholders to convince them to the deal makes sense or if it doesn't. Thank you, Bob. Back to you.
Thank you, Stephen. Our next expert is an entrepreneurship expert named Tony Shark. Now, Tony was about to sign an exclusive contract with Apple for his virtual reality goggles and his company, Shark Virtual Reality. Tony, is this deal still going through for you, or because Nintendo has a great VR product, does Apple no longer need you, Tony? And what are you going to do about this?
Yeah, thanks, Bob. So I was supposed to sign this exclusive contract with Apple for my, Shark virtual reality goggles. I think our product is a lot better than Nintendo's. And in the entrepreneurship track of this MBA degree program, my fellow students and I are going to work on a way to sell this product to Apple. And so this product's amazing. There's a hardware component to it, which has low margins. And then there's a software component to it with media, which is where you stream it, and it's really high margins. We got a great product here, much better than anybody else in the market. And so, last thing I'll say, Bob, and thanks again for having me on your show, is that by the end of this MBA degree program, my fellow classmates and I will be armed with this, and we'll have what it takes to be able to succeed in business and take our careers to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Our next guest is somebody off the street here, a random person I just met whose goal is to work at Apple. I want to ask you, from a personal growth perspective, how do you think you can get a job at Apple? So this guy's name here is Joe Jobs. How are you going to get that job?
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show, Bob. I really appreciate it. So my dream has always been to work at Apple, and I think I got what it takes. And I know that my fellow classmates and I in this Haroun Education Ventures MBA degree program, in the personal growth classes, we're going to learn just a ton so that we can all get the job of our dreams. We'll learn how to interview and all that stuff. But I'm looking forward to getting a lot of help from my fellow classmates so that we can get that dream job. I think I got what it takes. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, Joe. Well, there you have it. We talked to 5 experts who are going to help us understand how this deal is structured, if this deal will go through and whatnot. And by the end of this Haroun Education Ventures MBA degree program, you will all be armed with enough skills to understand from 5 different perspectives whether or not this deal makes sense. And those 5 perspectives are as follows: economics management and strategy, sales, marketing, and communication, entrepreneurship, personal growth, and finance and accounting.
I'm Bob Burgundy signing out here from Haroun News Network's HNN.